I have cards, so Rider Waite tarot cards. Take a moment for us to ground with the smoky quartz crystal. Okay. This is going to be a reading for us for this blood moon eclipse. There's also a few other portals which are all wrapped up in one. We have the free portal, and we also have the worm moon. But worm moon, blood moon, eclipse, it's the same moon, I guess. The worm moon is first full moon in spring. And the important thing about this reading is the first message that I need to put out there is you can't be this anymore. So it's literally written in the thumbnail. You can't be this anymore. So this is crying out that something's got to give. There's got to be a change. You've got to release something. That no one's coming through this eclipse season without making a change. Okay, so just as long as you're aware of that, then we're good. But do stick with me, because this is going to be an interesting reading. So Virgo, the worm moon or the blood moon eclipse, it is in Virgo, the sign of Virgo. And Virgo is quite an interesting sign. It is actually my moon sign, as I was reminded earlier today. But yeah, Virgo is interesting. We like things to be a certain way. Things need to be prim, proper. We like routine. We like plans. We like structure. We like control. All of that stuff, that's Virgo. So when we're in an eclipse, the Virgo shadow side shows its face. And the shadow side gives us overthinking, overgiving, overcorrecting, trying to fix yourself and everything else. So this is the shadow side of Virgo. So the critical voice which you're hearing in your head, or which is coming through to you, which you may be, it's not necessarily saying you're hearing a voice, but just this feeling inside of you, this instinct to be critical, to correct, to rearrange your surroundings and other people to make things run more smoothly. This voice is coming from Virgo, the Virgo eclipse. Okay, and Adele Knox says hi Adele, and somebody says Nemero. Thank you. Okay, so this Virgo, the Virgo influence is very important, and as you will see if you stick through to some of the end cards, because I've pulled a few cards off screen, because this is a big reading and an important one. Oops, and I've just dropped my cards. Right, let me pick those up. Interesting though, this card seems to have jumped out, and also this card. These seem kind of significant, to be fair, because this card actually, as I was picking the other cards, this card actually popped out at me. So I am actually going to take those two cards, even though they came from my clumsiness. So this card, if you look at this card, it's 10 of wands. And what's interesting is the cards that I pulled off, one of the cards that I pulled off screen was 9 of wands. So somehow we have 9 and 10 of wands. So 9 and 10. Interesting. So the first one which I pulled was resilient. So we're getting a reminder to be more resilient and not giving up. Like when an energy or a person comes along who feels some kind of way and they're like trying to put a spanner in the works like that. If you're just your own regular self, then fair enough, you may let them get to you. But under the Virgo influence, oh hell no, sweetie. Virgo's not allowing not allowing you to like give up. Virgo's kind of want you to take control of the situation and to reframe your mindset so that it wants you to kind of do some form of intelligent maneuver so you're flipping it so that you're back in control. And this is all about resilience. So it may take some time or it may take a lot of effort to get there, but this is the resilience card, which is reminding us that we need to hold firm and we need to stay resilient we get those until we get those results that we need. That's the word I was looking for. And the 10 of Wands. So a lot of wands in reading this is fire, baby. This is fire. So fire, a lot of fire energy. So you may have a lot of fire signs around you. So the fire signs, you have Leo, you have Sagittarius, you have Aries. These are the fire signs. So a lot of these people may be involved if you've got something big and special and important going on, then you may have some of these people involved. They may be the people who's helping you stay resilient. And if you're looking at the next card, so the next card is quite a heavy burden, to be fair. But I'm going to take a look in the book because it's not a brilliant card. Jenlyn, the gamer, says, "Hi, remember me?" To be fair, I'm going to be honest and say, no, I don't remember you, but thank you for coming back. I will remember you for next time. Thank you. So we have 10 wands. Let's have a look for this. So 10 wands. So we have, burden, as I said. So when you're looking at the numerology of that card, it is going to be reduced back to 1. So 1 plus 0 equals 1. Okay. In the world of numerology. So ones in a reading, they indicate new beginnings and times of change. The focus is on success, but success that has little reward. The presence of this card indicates that the querent is not at peace with himself or herself and may be acting in a selfish manner. You may well receive material rewards at this time, but spiritually, this is a poor time. The 10 of Wands represents material gain, oppression, disguise, selfishness, excessive demands. So I feel like this is the energy that we're kind of starting with. This is the kind of energy that we're kind of going into this portal with, this energy, this heavy energy. But then there is the reminder here to stay resilient and to work that Virgo magic, tune into the Virgo frequencies, let the eclipse bring you around, inspire you, give you new energy, activate you in whatever way is needed. Let the eclipse do this for you. Let the blood moon do that. And then you'd be raring to go. And you raring to kind of shrug off this heavy burden. Okay. So let me have a look at the next card. And interestingly enough, the other card which I pulled off the screen, it's not a wand. This one is a sword. But following that message from the other two tarot cards, the message of this card is rest and recuperation. So that makes a lot of sense. So if you've been carrying a heavy burden, if you've been putting in all of this effort to kind of get some form of reward or to win or to get this get these materials that you're after. Material rewards, it says, for the other card. So to get those material rewards, it has taken you a lot of effort, and may take you even more effort. But as the cards were suggesting, you need to stay resilient and make sure you're putting in lots of rest and recuperation so that we're not burning ourselves out. This is the message for this eclipse. And it's going to be a powerful message. Okay. So if you've felt irritated with yourself lately, this is why. You've been doing something that once protected you, but now it's costing you. We're going to uncover what that is in this reading. So this is what this reading is for. So some of the cards which I'm going to pull later, and also one card which I have here, which I will be revealing at the end. So stick around because it's a very important card. It's one of the major arcana cards. So the major arcana cards, they always carry a huge weight in a reading. So it's something that you do want to stick around and find out. Okay. So that is going to be the last card that I pulled tonight. It's going to show what happens if you don't let this go. So if you don't let things go, this card is going to be kind of the warning. And it's kind of, as I said, it's an important card. So are you a fixer in every situation? Would you class yourself as a person who fixes things, who's good at like reframing situations, who's good at controlling situations? Kind of. I'm just trying to describe Virgo because it's hard. It's kind of hard, like, because I do have Virgo somewhere in my chart, but I wouldn't class myself as a very Virgo person. I'm Leo, baby. Okay. So Jenlyn says, I'm the person who was asking loads of questions in one of them streams you did in like January or early February. Ah, yes, now I do remember, yeah, because you was asking a question and I think I pulled you a few cards. So yeah, I think, was that in the last reading? So yeah, now I do remember you. Sorry. Okay. So are you a fixer in every situation? So are you the sort of problem who like sees did I just say are you the sort of problem? Are you the sort of person who sees like problems as like a massive barrier, or are you like a problem solver and a fixer? Because if you are a fixer, then I think that this actually, I'll rephrase that. I know that this message, this reading is for you if you're the type of person who fixes things and likes to control, likes a lot of control in most possible situations. Okay. So tonight it's about what's coming into your life. This reading is about what you're no longer allowed to be. So that is an important message. This no longer not supposed to, what we're no longer allowed to be, because things are changing, like the planets are changing, we're changing. Literally, if you look at the seasons itself, the whole seasons, we've literally coming out of winter now and into spring. And this is very significant because when we come up to the spring equinox, which is literally weeks away now, when we come to the spring equinox, we're going to see like a huge influx. If you look out on the streets, you'll likely already have seen flowers sprouting, and we're not even into the equinox yet. So the important thing to be aware of is that literally magic and energy and vitality, it's all returning to the land, and through the land, through nature, this energy and vitality will come to us as well. And this is literally the magic, the magic of the whole world. When we go into like autumn season and into winter, that magic kind of retreats and goes back into the earth. But when we come to this time of the year, then the magic comes back out again and enlivens us and fills us and makes everything shiny and bright and happy. So this is a good energy that we want around us. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to see my notes. So these are my notes. So I've read that part. I really do need to make my notes a bit neater in future. Okay. So it's just a reminder about the Virgo moon. So the critical voice isn't random. So the critical voice in your head, if you find yourself being out of character and you critically or you're criticizing someone in your head, or you're being a bit over judgy, or even if it's not judgy, even if it's not like in a bad way, if you just notice that your mind's working in a entirely different way, because you're actually seeing into the way that people are acting differently. And this voice, this critical voice, isn't random. That's the Virgo influence which is coming through right now. So you may feel extra self-aware, extra critical, hyper aware of flaws or misalignment. If you're not the helper, the strong one, the overachiever, who are you? Your next level requires a new identity, so to speak. So we need a new you to form. And this is no shade to who you are, because this stands for us all. We're all going through some form of transformation. And this is not to say that you're going to completely change, or I'm going to completely change. This is talking about certain facets of ourselves which are outdated, which are dying because they're no good. Because everyone's got good and bad within them. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses. And the activations, when we go through these strong portals, these activations help us to change. They help us to kind of transmute and work on this stuff that we've just been avoiding, pretty much. So these eclipses are going to help us to kind of work on this stuff. Okay. Okay, Jenlyn says, what should I call my new dog? Click Simba or Max. I love the name Simba, Lion King, obviously. And Chica says, wolf by your side is better than 100 sheep. Stay disciplined, have faith. Okay, if you say so. And Jenlyn says, I'll be back in a minute. Got to check on the dog. Okay. Okay. Right, so at this point, I'm going to pull another card. Let me grab another one of the tarot cards. Oh, we already have this one here. Okay. So this was another one of the cards that I've just picked up, which was jumping out at us. So this one is about like charity. So if you look at the cards, so there's a person who kind of looks very bereft and alone and hungry even. So this card is like teaching us about helping others. So not just turning a blind eye. And if we're able to help, then doing just that, helping if we're able to, doing our best for others. trying to be more selfless, because we know it's not easy being selfless. If it was easy to be selfless, then everyone would be doing it. But we can do our best, we can do what is possible. Okay? And we just strive to be better. This is the message here. Okay. So let's pull one of the numerology cards. So these are my numerology cards. I always like these, especially seeing as we're on a portal, a numeric portal, the free portal today. So the third day of the third month, where 3rd of May. 3rd of May. What? I don't even know what month it is. I'm sorry, guys. So not 3rd of May. I mean 3rd of March. Similar, but not quite. Okay. Okay, let's see. So what other guidance should we be aware of around this blood moon? Okay, let's see what we got here. Number 17. So this is good advice for anyone. So I don't know if everyone else follows the news. I tend to not follow the news, but when everyone's on social media pretty much, so everyone gets some form of the news, and I've been seeing on social media that bad things are happening around the world. So it's not pretty, but when we're pulling cards like this one, it's kind of a positive sign. Peace and love for all. So this is what we need more of in the world. And we will have it one way or the other. And we can just make little changes. Like the other card was saying, like the tarot card was saying, which one was that? 5 of Pentacles. This is all about making little changes, being generous, being kind, being selfless. And when we make those changes in our own lives, if every one of us makes these little changes, then the whole world ends up being changed if everyone is putting in that effort. So this is the message: peace and love for all. So this is all about working as a collective, banding together and living up to that one love, as Bob Marley puts it. Okay, peace and love for all. Jenlyn says, I'm back. Fabulous, Jenlyn. Okay, let's pull another card. Right, what else? What other guidance can you give us for this blood moon eclipse? Domestic tranquility. Interesting. Domestic tranquility. I can't even say that word, even though I did just say the word. Domestic tranquility. So it's interesting. So it's like some people do say that we are like our surroundings, they have like an effect on us. So when our homes or our bedrooms or whatever, our workplace of work, whenever these places are messy, unorganized, when the feng shui is not right, then this has a big effect on us as people. So some people would think that it doesn't have an effect, but the reality of the matter is that it does have a big effect, and this is why domestic tranquility is needed. So we need to strive for that as well. So the saying the thing that comes to my head right away then was cleanliness is godliness. So this is what, get ready for that spring clean, y'all. That's a message from Spirit. Get ready for the spring clean. Okay. Let's have one more of those. I'll have one more of them. Okay. Spring clean, as if I just said that. Get ready for the spring clean. Well, the spring equinox is coming. Okay, so one more of the numerology cards. Why not? What have you got for us, Spirit? So we have motivation for success. And that does tie in with some of the earlier cards. So some of the earlier cards we had the resilience card. So which one was that? 9 of Wands. So motivation for success. So I think this is kind of emphasizing this card. So when we have the resilience, when we have the motivation, when we have that conviction, we have that drive, then stuff is going to get done. Then we're going to see the results, because we're not just thinking, oh, this is too difficult. Oh, I'm just too tired. I'm just gonna just wait for someone else to come and help me with this. Don't take me wrong. I'm not saying don't ask people for help. What I am saying is don't just give up. Like if help isn't being offered, if number one, like ask the higher powers, ask your ancestors, ask whichever deities you believe in and call upon, ask those for help. Ask your angels. Everyone has angels, everyone has spirit guides. So our spirit guides, they help us to learn things. So they help us to learn important life lessons, whether we want to learn them or not. And angels are, you have angels for absolutely everything. So they're here to protect us, to help us, to guide us. So we have, and that's not even mentioning really like the countless ancestors who are rooting for us, who are gonna pull some strings for us if they can in the etheric plane. So success is so close. Literally, ask and you will receive. So you just need to ask our spiritual team, ask the ancestors, ask the angels, ask the deities, ask the ascended masters, ask them for help. Okay, so this is the message, and don't lose motivation and hold that resilience. Okay, let's pull another one of these numerology cards, see what other numbers are cropping up and have guidance for us. But yeah, as I was just saying, the important thing for us all to remember is we need to ask more, because I know that there's some people think like there's a finite amount of resources in the world, so there's only so much wishes can be granted. So if I ask for something, then someone else is going to be deprived. It's not like that. So when we're asking for help from a higher power, it's not going to take something away from someone else. We need to just hold that faith and hold hope as well. Hope is one of the most powerful and important things. Having hope that something better is coming along, because we're deserving of something better and we're not putting ourselves down. So the next card we have is number 22, which represents great leadership. So this card is telling us to take more control in situations, especially if we're in a situation where we're able to take the lead. So if you're somebody who wouldn't usually go for a leadership role, or leadership dynamic. If you're more of a follower than the ringleader, then maybe you should try maybe if you notice somebody's kind of cutting you a bit of slack and kind of giving you a bit more room to breathe, then maybe kind of exert a bit more authority and kind of, yeah, show some more leadership. This kind of energy will come back because the remaining tarot card that I have for you, the special one which I pulled off of screen, that is tied to this card, the leadership energy. Okay, so I'm gonna pull one of these. Okay, so Natalie says, hello, is this general? So is it a general reading? So the reading is, I guess you could kind of say it's general, although the reading was about the blood moon eclipse, and it's about like part of our old self dying, so we're kind of transforming ourselves. It's about the transformation which the eclipse season brings. So we're currently experiencing the blood moon eclipse, and it's also on the free portal as well. So these are very powerful, and the fact that those two portals, which could have been separate, they've been combined together, that just makes these energies even stronger, that the portals are falling on the same day and they're combining. So yeah, we have very powerful energies around us. So this is what the reading is about. So we have the Black Cat card. So if you look at this cat, the cat is reminding us to be a bit more, observant and to have a bit more wonder. So it's like, if you look at the image, the cat's kind of looking outside, looking out at the stars and at the moon. So the cat is kind of, it's calm, it's relaxed, it's rooted, but it's also, yeah, it's also kind of, it's like it's waiting, it's in wait. There's like a patience there about the cat as well. So I feel like maybe we could use a bit more of that patience. So going back to the part of ourselves that we need to work on. So it said, some of the notes that I've wrote down, your old identity helped you to cope and achieve and protected you, and it helps you to blend in and be accepted. So this is the part of ourself that we may need to be working on now. So I'll just repeat that again just to make sure that you heard it. So your old identity, it helped you to cope, achieve, and protected you, and helped you to blend in and be accepted by other people. So the blood moon is exposing where you are working with old patterns and programming. So these energies are going to act in this way. So you're not wrong, sorry, for becoming this or being this way, but you can't stay this way. That pattern has expired, and that is one of the messages here. Okay. So also, this reading isn't for everyone. This is for you if you feel like you've outgrown yourself. So if you feel like there's part of you that you may, I'm kind of getting confused about how to word it, but like it said, if you feel like you've outgrown yourself, if there's something about yourself that you feel definitely there's some change that needs to happen, definitely, and you can't deny it. So then, yeah, if you're resonating with that, the fact that you know there's something about you that you've outgrown. So tonight isn't about what's coming into your life. This is the reading is about what you are no longer allowed to be. What you are no longer allowed to be. So this is what the change is signaling. So it goes back to the earlier message. You can't be this anymore. So something's got to give, something's got to change. You've got to transform. Okay. So let me go with another one of the tarot cards. Let's pull one more of them before we go in with the final message. Okay, Spirit, what other guidance have you got for us? Please let us know. What should we be aware of? Okay. I feel like I maybe want a couple of these cards. Interesting. Okay, so there's this energy around. Oh. Okay, so this is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, if you look at the image, it's not particularly a nice image. So if you look at the guy, this guy is he looks so smug. So there's like a smugness. I feel like some of us may be around some other people who are feeling quite smug, and they've been acting in a way that's selfish, and basically they're kind they're trying to get one over on you. So this is like the message. So there's those people who don't mean you well. So this is not like necessarily like a major message, but this is just like a little one of those, like a niggle. So something which is kind of, these people are a bother in your life, but they're not necessarily a big massive problem. But if you do look at the image though, it does suggest that there's some unfairness happening, that there's wrongdoing there. Okay. So let me pull another numerology card, see if we can get a clarifier on that. I'll pull a clarifier from the numerology and from my own oracle. Let's see what else we have there. Sharon says hi. Hi, Sharon. Interesting. So we got card number 1, new beginnings. So that is a very good energy to have coming in. So the new beginnings, that is representing like the rebirthing, because we're feeling like there's the old part of ourselves that we're releasing at this time of the blood moon and this eclipse, which is happening right now. So there's the part of ourselves that we're letting go of and releasing. And this is making room for the new version of ourselves. And this is the new beginnings that is being represented by this card. New beginnings. So despite the people that try to put you down, despite the people who try to get one over on you, you're going to come out the other side better anyway, regardless of anything that any underhanded tactics that other people may try to use on you. So people may try, but they won't succeed. Okay, so the next card we have is 34. And that card says self-expression and spirituality. Interesting, because this is kind of giving away some of, maybe, or then again, it may be, I feel like this is maybe not giving away the card. I feel like this is in polarity. This card is in polarity to our final card. Okay, so the self-expression and spirituality. So self-expression, so that can come through in many different ways. Self-expression could come through literally just having an open throat chakra, being able to talk to people, having people in your life who let you talk, let you communicate, and let you speak your mind. Self-expression can come in other ways. In this modern day age, some people use social media for self-expression to just get anything they want out, whether it's posting memes, posting a status, or posting a selfie, this, that, and the other, or a TikTok. There's or a YouTube video. We are here on YouTube, or a live stream. So all of these things are versions of self-expression. And sometimes we can tie the self-expression with spirituality as well. And spirituality is a wide umbrella, because there's religion and then there's spirituality, but they're not necessarily the same thing. So religion is like when there is set traditions, rules, ways to worship and build a connection with divinity. And spirituality is kind of when the rules are not all there. It's when you kind of go within yourself and you make up your own bridge to divinity and to whatever else is there, like the angels, etc., our ancestors. This is what spirituality is. So one of the messages here is working on building our self-expression and building our spirituality. Okay. And Sharon says, that's me. I am a spiritual healer and medium. Excellent. So yeah, definitely work on expressing yourself more and building those gifts. We all have these gifts in different forms, especially like every one of us, we all have different gifts, and the world needs all of our gifts. This is why we're here on this world, on this planet, because we have these gifts that we can bring to the world, and there's other people in this world who need these gifts. So this is why don't just neglect what you have. Don't hide it away. We need to share our gifts and share our creativity as well, and express ourselves, because the expression and the spirituality, it's for ourselves, but it also helps other people too. So that is the beautiful thing about that. And I think that is what the message was from Spirit. Okay, so what else have I got here? So I think now is a good time for us. I'm going to quickly show you one of these gemstones. So I have Prophecy Stone here. So Prophecy Stone has quite a powerful energy to it. It's very unusual. So I'm just wanting us to just kind of take a moment to pause, to breathe, to reflect, to anchor ourselves now in this moment, and as we ready ourselves for the final card. So the final card from the tarot, this is the Major Arcana card that we've been waiting for. So breathing, relaxing, and we're ready. Okay. So this is our final card. So the Hierophant. So a lot of tarot readers dislike this card just because of kind of what it represents. It kind of represents, to some people, the Hierophant kind of represents religion and restriction and tradition, and it's kind of the opposite of spirituality. But there's more to that Hierophant than just that. Yeah, the Hierophant does represent like rigidity and structure and tradition and the old ways and the closed-mindedness to some degree, but it may also represent wisdom, and it also may represent self-conviction and a connection to the divine. So there is multiple meanings for this card. So we're going to just have a look into what this means. Okay, so the Hierophant is the last card because the reading isn't about losing yourself. It's about reclaiming who you were before all of the conditioning happened. The conditioning that was forced onto you. So this is what the card is representing. So let's see. So the Hierophant is not a soft card. The energy is structural. It represents moral codes, tradition, the right way, inherited behaviors, and conditioning that have been reinforced by the world. Okay, and there's more. So that is the Hierophant card. And Sharon says, yes, you are correct. I am certified, trained by Brent Phillips in the quantum field. Very interesting. And I have one, says Sharon. And Rana says, hi. Hi, Rana. So the Hierophant card. Okay. So the Hierophant. So in this reading, this card is about stripping away outdated beliefs, stripping away inherited behaviors. So this is the behaviors that we gain from elsewhere. So especially like from our family, our matriarchy, our patriarchy. So the people, our elders, they hand this stuff down to us, these inherited behaviors and these mindsets and prejudices and traditions. These sorts of things get handed down to us. So we need to kind of assess and discern which of these behaviors, which some of this baggage which has been handed down to us, what in there is helpful and what is not helpful, what is needed and what isn't needed, and is it outdated, is it ignorant, this, that, and the other. So it's just about measuring and discerning these things that we've absorbed and we've taken on. So we're not just talking about leaving the system, we're talking about becoming your own authority. This is the message. So instead of relying on dogma and rules, you can begin to choose your own spiritual way of living. And this is the message through the blood moon eclipse. Okay, so that was the Hierophant. So he brings such a powerful message. So I'm just going to double check that I got all of that. Yeah, so one of those cards was not gentle. So, yeah, so I feel like we did cover a lot there. So I am going to pull one more card from my own oracle. Pull one more from my own oracle. See if there's any more to this. I also do have a few of my charms here, so I may pull one of those to see what guidance we can get from those as well. Okay, interesting. Oh, wow, so I'm happy that this card came up. So this card represents Lyra. So this represents the Lyran. So there's the Lyran energy coming through the Blood Moon portal. And that's good. So we're getting the galactic star family. They're sending in good energy to us and they're helping us because this eclipse season, it's harsh. There's a lot of us out here who are super emotional, and we have Mercury in retrograde slap bang in the middle of it as well. So that's making everything go crazy. It's making our communications, our technology, everything's just going up in the air. And this is why the star family is coming in to just kind of give us these activations, give us these downloads, to just give us this, give us the sort of the etheric hug and give us the guidance and support that we need. So thank you, Star Family, for coming in and for looking after us. Thank you. So that is Star Family. Thank you. Thank you, Lyrans. And thank you to all of the other star galactic and star races who are offering us support. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's have a look. So, oh, interesting. So I've pulled 3 cards at once here. So we have the Ouroboros and the Key. This card is not even finished yet. So there's an emphasis on endings and beginnings and rebirths. And literally, this is what the whole reading is about. It's about stripping away the parts of ourselves which don't serve our highest good. And we've got the key here. The key here, once we've made some room for something more in our life, we can then use this key, stick it in the door, and open it up and find some treasure which can better ourselves. And interestingly, so the next card, this card is telling us to apply ourselves. So it's interesting. So I think it kind of ties in quite well with the self-expression card and the spirituality card, this card. So those cards go quite well together. Apply yourself. So what does it mean by apply yourself? So use your skills, kind of be a bit more strategic is the word which is coming through. Be more strategic about where you are, where you're spending your time, who you're spending your time with, and apply yourself. So rather than just sitting somewhere, being part of the furniture, actually do things, do more, act upon your instincts, act upon your act on your expression. You act on expressing yourself, act on your spirituality. So this is the message which is coming here. So apply yourself properly. And then the last card we have here, interestingly enough, so we have that the eye that symbolizes intuition. Okay, so there's a few more messages here. So Sharon says, thank you. Anushka says, can you pull something from my career trajectory? Sure, I can. I can pull a card for you. And Sharon says, you are very good. Thank you, Star Family. And Vignesh Kumar says, I've been job hunting for a while. What do I need to change? And is there a job offer coming towards me for this month? Wow, that is a lot of questions. So Vignesh, I can pull you a card. So I can't promise that it will answer your question. But if I don't answer any of your questions, then I would ask the universe. So put the question out there and it will come to you in some form. So it may come to you in your dream, or it may come as some good advice, or it may come to you on the radio, through social media, just random, may come through in a very random way, but it's not just random, it's synchronicity. So just pay attention to the signs. But I will pull Anushka and Vignesh. I'll pull you both a card each, okay? So right after I've just explained a bit more about this card. So this card is a very lucky card. So it's showing the besom or the broom there. So that's about brushing away, clearing spaces. Again, that's making way for the new, getting rid of the old energy and making way, making room. And cleanliness, it's kind of spring cleaning actually. So it's another reminder for us to get out there and start our spring cleaning a little earlier than usual. But then there is the energy from the unicorn and the ladybird. So these are very positive signs. So they show that good things are on the way, new opportunities, good things. Okay. And also the eye at the bottom, that is signifying intuition. So this is a reminder from spirit to use more of your, follow your gut instincts, use more of your intuition. When you're tapping into your heart's guidance, if you think to yourself, what is my heart guiding me to do? What is my heart trying to tell me? Once you follow that voice within, then it won't steer you wrong. We just need to be careful and need to be a bit more discerning. Make sure that we're listening to the heart guidance and the gut instincts rather than listening to the ego and the mind and the monkey brain, because that's entirely different. So it's just about living a bit more discernful, and you will make the right choices as soon as you tap into the heart guidance. All right, so let me grab the tarot cards. Let's give these a good old shuffle. Okay. And Sharon says, right, thank you. You're welcome. Oops. All right, so so let's pull a card for Anushka. Okay. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. So that is showing very positive prospects. So Ace of Pentacles is new beginnings. It also is showing like new opportunities. It like somebody's handing out something of worth to you. So that is a very positive message. Okay. And a card for Vinesh. Let's pull a card for you. Okay, so this card literally jumped out. Interesting. News is on the way. So pay attention, because I feel like some good news is literally right on the way. So it's coming. I doubt you'll have very long to wait to hear. So just make sure that you're making use of all of your creative gifts and using that self-expression that we've been talking about. Like this, self-expression may add a different angle, or it may show a different side of yourself as well. That if you show your creativity to the world, then it may show a different side of yourself, and you may find that you have more to offer the world as well. But from this card, this is suggesting that good news is on the way. Let me have a quick look. So which number is that? So we've had a lot of ones in this reading, actually, because right at the beginning we had 9 and 10 of wands, and this is number 8 of wands. So let's have a look what it says about this one. Swiftness. So yeah, as I said, fast, it's a very positive changes are on the way. There is a focus on fast moving events and actions. If you're waiting for a reply to a letter, you won't have to wait long. The response could contain the promise of a new love. The 8 of Wands represents swiftness, great haste, great hope, and felicity. If a situation has been stagnant for some time, you may be surprised by a rapid progression towards a conclusion. So that is interesting. Okay, so that sounds like a very positive message to me. Okay, so I hope you're happy with that. And okay, so the sorry, I'm trying. Hi, Stavros is in love with me. Hi, Stavros is in love with me. Fabulous. That sounds like very good to me. So if you like, I can pull you a card. I'll pull you a card as well. So this card is for you, and Vinesh says thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Vinesh. That was a very positive card. So from what the cards are suggesting, it says you don't have long to wait to hear some good news. Okay. So this one is regarding Stavros. So card about Stavros. So what can you tell us about him? The Chariot. Wow, so that's interesting. So the Chariot card, this is a big card. So this is showing that things are in motion. And there's the emphasis about not just about movement and motion, but there's like planning and preparing and being ready. So it's about, this card is kind of about being ready for action. Let me have a quick look in the book, because this is a very big card. Okay. So it says this card is number 7, and 7s in a reading indicate a time of solitude and questioning oneself. So there's a focus on identifying problems by asking oneself searching questions, while heeding the importance of learning lessons from previous mistakes. The Chariot card represents change, providence, triumph, problems overcome, and troubles. The key to the Chariot card is to take control of the situation while remembering the importance of compromise. Once you have learned and identified the cause of the problem, all aspects in your life will begin to progress and improve. The special consideration is this card represents a storm before the calm. It's a powerful card that promotes immediate action. It says you should be alert and try to remain in control in order to succeed. Very interesting. It's a very powerful message there. So Vinesh says, I don't have any interviews lined up right now, but hoping for the best. I see. Okay, so if you haven't had any interviews yet, but this is suggesting that there is some news on the way to you. So that could be an opportunity coming from somewhere. So yeah, I would definitely hope for the best. And okay, and thank you very much. So yeah, that was about the message on Stavros. So that was the Chariot card. So that sounded like a very powerful message. So I hope it resonated with you. Okay. So while I'm here, I said I was going to pull a charm. So let's pull one of the charms. Interesting. So we pulled the little gypsy heart here. So for me, this one is representing love and connection. So yeah, there's an emphasis on being together and kind of having shared goals. That is what this one is representing. Let me pull another charm, see what other things we have here. How we have the black cat again. So we had the black cat in the card, and the charm we had here is the black cat as well. So the black cat represents, again, it's a very lucky card. So it's representing positivity and good things coming and blessings. And also there's the emphasis on the intuition as well. It's yet another reminder from Spirit to use your intuition, because I'm not the only intuitive person in the world. Every one of us, we all have an intuition. We all have a gut instincts. So we just need to pay more attention to it. And this is the message from Spirit. Okay. Oh. And here we have a Celtic knot. And the reminder here is that everything is connected. So if you think of like a spider's web, if there's something that we want in, the thing that we want is literally already on the web. So we just need to literally pull at the string or keep following the thread or the web, and we will reach the destination. That's if the spider doesn't find us. Fingers crossed that the spider doesn't find us first. But in all seriousness, the message is that everything is connected. Everything is connected. And it's going back to that saying that what you're seeking is seeking you. because what we're looking for is already on the web. It's already on the Celtic knot. So we're just following the path, winding around the directions, but eventually it's like it's like the other saying goes, like all of the roads lead to the Emerald City. And that's a quote from the movie, but it's that same sort of energy. Like, also like the Alice in Wonderland as well. It's like the Cheshire Cat, he asks Alice where she's going, and she's like, I don't know. And then he's like, well, if you don't know where you're going, you can, why are you asking me which way to go? If you don't know where you're going, any path will take you there. So pretty much that's me paraphrasing. But this is the message from that charm. Okay, so I'm going to pull another one of my oracle cards. A lot of things have been stagnant in life lately: career, love, finance, etc. What do I need to work on to change these areas? Okay, so that is a big question. A lot of things. So I would guide you to push these questions out to the universe. So I can pull you a card, but I would direct you the answers that you will find will be more meaningful if you're asking the universe yourself, if you're connecting, and you can, if you've been discerning of a synchronicity, if something's popping out to you and it feels, if it resonates strongly with you, then that is yourself receiving an answer from the universe or from whichever higher power. Okay. I'll certainly can pull you a card to help you along with that. Interesting. So we were just talking about things being connected. Everything's connected, and everything, the prize that you're looking for is already on the other side of the web. And if you look at that card again, we have sort of a web design, but interestingly enough, it's like the Kabbalah. So it's literally the tree of life, or a form of the tree of life. So when it's the tree, we're looking and talking about the tree of life, the tree of life is the Kabbalah, and we start with Malkuth at the bottom, and we need to work our way up the tree of life up to Kepha. And interestingly enough, at the bottom, this represents the material world, and at the top, that represents the spiritual world. So we're making our way through life, and the goal is to get from the material world into the spiritual and to get that connection back with the divine. And I feel also with this card, there's an emphasis on healing as well. So it may be saying that you're able to offer some healing for someone else, for another person. I'm not sure if that's a modality that you've learned, if that's something that you practice. So when it comes to healing, there's many different ways of doing it. Some people are naturally gifted in certain forms of healing. So I don't know whether massage is something you can do, or hypnotherapy, this, that, or the other. Reiki, there's a lot of forms of healing out there. So if you don't already have one of these modalities, a form of healing under your belt, then it may be worth looking into it to add that to your toolbox, because I feel like there's someone around you who could really use that healing from yourself. And the thing about being a healer, so I call myself Ruben Lyron Healer, but the important thing to know about what a healer is, healers are not these magical and amazing people. We're people who are able to literally turn on the switch within the other person so the other person heals themselves. Okay. And that is what a healer is. Okay. So let me pull another numerology card for a little bit more guidance. All right, so let's have one final card, and we have diplomatic and cooperative, number 38. So again, this is a reminder, it's going back to one of the earlier themes, and this is about oneness, working together. Peace and love for all was one of the earlier messages as well. So diplomatic and cooperative. So I feel like this is Spirit's way of kind of saying we've Mercury in retrograde going on right now. Like, it's very easy for a lot of us to fly off the handle, to for miscommunications to be ripe, and for people to retaliate to messages that they perceived have came from other people. But when things have been taken out of proportion, and there's a miscommunication there. So this is when diplomacy is needed. So it's kind of, diplomacy is about not just going on the offensive right away and trying to resolve an issue rather than retaliating. So this is what it means by diplomacy. And cooperation is working with others. So the important thing about life and the important thing about people is people are all good at different things. So there may be one person who's good at singing, like myself. I may be good at singing. That there may be someone who's good at artwork. There may be someone who's good at driving. There's pilots who are good at flying airplanes. So there's all of these different gifts out in the world. Everyone is good at something. So, and the important thing is like sharing our gifts with each other and cooperating together. And this is how communities are made, from combining our gifts and cooperating. And I'm going to leave that there. So I'm going to say, so let me read if there's a couple of new messages. So Your Sweet Poison says, hi, hello there. And Adam says, only you can make a difference, brother. Sitting there won't solve anything. Movement is life, brother. It's all fall in place. So as long as you trust and believe in yourself. That's a very positive message. Thank you, Adam. But yeah, that is a very powerful message as well. But yeah, so change does start with ourselves. So that is a beautiful message. It's like Michael Jackson says, like, start with the man in the mirror and make a change. Please do check out some of the other videos. I'm sending you all brightest blessings and love.